Hello, this is Scott Montgomery of the Small Town Mercer. I'm going to revisit this topic one more time, and I'm going to go over this because I'm really kind of at a loss for some of these countries trying to ban crypto. So, anyway, I'm going to play a video for you, and then I'll jump in and give my commentary. This is very short.
The CBN, the thing that he said that shocked a lot of people is that Bitcoin transactions or Bitcoin comes out of thin air. It is money that is created out of thin air. I guess that was sort of a hard hitting point for people who are very invested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency because, on one hand, Bitcoin, unlike the current money that you and I are spending, naira and dollars, is limited only in supply to 21 million Bitcoin ever. Now, in comparison to money, the government can print money whenever they feel like. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. However, normal money is not limited. It is unlimited, sort of. The role of the central bank is to protect its citizens. And, on the one hand, the CBN is trying to protect Nigeria from the volatility of cryptocurrency. And that's their stance as a regulator. They don't want to take part in something that is encrypted or that they can't control. And if you look at it from their perspective, uninformed people can lose a lot of money when trading cryptocurrency, especially if they use it not as a means of exchange but as a speculative tool, as an investment asset. When you trade cryptocurrency like the stock market, in the end, people don't want their money just sitting there, in a savings account with very little interest without growing, and with bank charges on top, where they are saving money and they are actually losing money. So people find an asset that appreciates, like the stock market, and in this case, Bitcoin, which is very risky, and they might take that chance. The CBN also said in this video that they have their IT people making investigations into cryptocurrency exchanges so that they will figure out what has been going on. I don't know to what extent this is going to go. However, the key word is that they may publish the results of what they find after these investigations. The CBN governor further restated that cryptocurrency has been used for kidnapping, for money laundering, terrorism, and he said that he wonders why Nigeria comes second in the world in the use of a tool that is used to facilitate scams. The reason for the ban, according to him, also was that they don't want anything that has to, do with hiding. So banning cryptocurrency should stop all these bad things. Many people think that if there was no ban on cryptocurrency, CBN could have been able to monitor the exchanges. But now that it's P2P, they can't monitor that again. And that's the nature of cryptocurrency. It will still keep being traded, and with P2P transactions, it's only between two people and not necessarily involving a company that can serve as a regulator to know the person themselves. However,
That's getting. I didn't realize the video was that jumpy, so I'm sorry. I'm going to stop it there. So anyway, so what do we take away from that? Let me set something up here. So this is the government of Nigeria now, and the government doesn't understand why people are trying to acquire cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, because after all, only criminals use that, and they'll steal your money. Those are all sites. Cryptocurrency is created out of thin air. It's not solid and economically sound like the Nigerian money. All right. Well, let's look into Nigeria, shall we? And first thing I want to do, I'm going to try to pull this up over here. Ugh. Where is it? There it is. Let's look at just how efficient they are. Where in the heck? There it is. Let's look how efficient their economy is. So let's start there, shall we? All right. What did I do? Oh no, I hit that damn button. There we go. Thank God. All right. All right, here we go. I'm going to get this into play here. Okay, so I got three indexes here, right? Three indexes. Hope you can see that. I'm just going to talk on the side here. Got three indexes: International Monetary Fund, World Bank, And we even threw the CIA in there. And let's look and see how effective the economy is of Nigeria. So here are the top countries, and this is what they generally make per person. Okay, so you got Luxembourg, Switzerland, United States is up there, Norway, Ireland, Qatar, Singapore, the usual suspects. The UAE is a very rich oil country, the Netherlands, Denmark, all these countries either sell a lot of oil or they have really good economies. There's Austria, right? Germany, Sweden, France. There's Great Britain on the top 25. And then we scroll down, 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 and down near the bottom, you've got, there they are, Nigeria. Okay? Right down here where all these countries, most of these countries where people mostly live in the hills. Okay? Then, just for the sake of argument, right? We'll go back and we'll go even further and look at is that their per capita? Yes. And then we'll go down and look at their GDP nominal per capita. How about that? Okay. And where are they in this? Well, let's scroll down. We'll keep scrolling down. We'll keep scrolling down. Where are they? There they are. There they are. There they are. They're right down there with these little tiny islands where people really don't have an economy. So, $5,000? That's what they. That's what they have. How about if we look at how their economy is doing in the last year? Well, they have a total income of 2.75 trillion. Unfortunately for them, their economy dropped about 35% last year. Inflation was 13%, and they have 25% unemployment. So I can't figure out why in the heck anybody in Nigeria would want to do cryptocurrency. Would you? I mean, they're doing so well. So there we go again. So we're going to ban, and they've actually had people have their accounts blocked in Nigeria, and it's like, gee, how are we going? What are we going to do? And is our money going to be returned to us? Right? Well, they're wondering, what can we do? What can we do? They're forcing us to use their money, and of course they give the usual excuses, right? What are they? Oh well, criminals use cryptocurrency. It's created out of thin air. Well, where does your money come from? Where does the Nigerian money come from? How do you export $47 billion worth of merchandise and only import $34 billion worth of merchandise? So basically you have a plus $13 billion surplus in trade, and yet you've lost I should say 35% of you've increased your debt by 35% from the previous year. And you're in the 140s in per capita income. There's only 190 something nations in the world that are measured. And we're not talking about, some little island that has coconuts and land crabs and a few monkeys that you have to eat or something, like some of these destitute islands. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a nation with 210 million people, which is about what, almost 2/3 of the United States population. Um, their chief economic um, product is agriculture. I think the second largest way they collect money is, guess what? People wiring money into the country from elsewhere that used to live there that now live somewhere else so they can make a living, basically. And uh, further in that same video, the guy talks about the fact that when you wire $10,000 of money into Nigeria, the government collects 700 of them in fees, or not the government, but the banks, and then the government gets their cut after that. So you're only going to get about 80% of your money. I mean, what a nice scam. Of course, if you have crypto, you don't get any of it, right? Because I keep saying this in my videos, we are the bank. All right. So that's the truth about that. So guess what? Guess what people do in a lot of those countries if they can't leave? They get what's known as a VPN. All right? And you're probably thinking, what the heck is that? Well, a VPN is basically it's a, oops, I clicked the wrong thing here. There it is. Here's the VPN guide. Okay? So this is, what is this? A virtual encrypted service. Virtual private network is what it's called, but it's it's basically a computer address that cannot trace where you are. So, you have an internet service provider, and it identifies where you are and what nation you're in, where your address is, and all that, who you are, and all that. A VPN gets you on the internet, and basically they have their own IPN where they are, and their machines are all over the world. So let me come back here. So their machines are all over the world, and you use their service, and a lot of people do. It doesn't cost very much. I'm not sure what the costs are, but it doesn't cost very much. And you do your crypto. A lot of people use it in this country because guess what? There are certain sites in this country that are off limits. And people who want to access them, and it's a gamble. Sure, I don't do that. I have an IP. I have a VPN, but I use it for something else. I use it for certain games and certain protocols that are just coming out, so I can look at them and see if I want to either deal with them myself, invest in them, or have the kids play with them, or whatever. That's the only reason I don't do any investing with that. But you could go on secure sites. If they're going to ban, this happens in China. They do it all the time when they ban Bitcoin. That's what they did. So got it in Hong Kong or Singapore or wherever, Um, so anyway, they're not going to be able to ban Bitcoin. Bitcoin is real money. Like he said in the video, I know the English wasn't great, but he had mentioned that there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin ever made, and that's it. Governments can keep printing money, and obviously in Nigeria, they print money like, they're making Kleenex or something, or like they say, toilet paper. So I don't know if that's a really good economic outlook. And I noticed that when you have 40% of your country, 43% of your country this year living below the poverty line, I don't think you're looking out for your citizens, your fellow citizens. I think you're looking out for yourself as a government. And frankly, that's why cryptocurrency is popular. They can't figure out why anyone would want to go there. Well, if I lived in that country and I had zero access to bettering myself almost, or one out of two people do anyway. Some one out of two people do, one out of two people don't. And if I was the one out of two that don't, I can tell you something. I'm gonna do this. I'll risk jail. I'll get a VPN or do whatever I need to do. But you're darn right. I'm gonna go out there and get cryptocurrency. Anyway, thought I'd make that video. I thought I'd make this point really clear that crypto isn't going anywhere. So, thank you for watching. This is Scott Montgomery of the Small Town Mercer. We'll see you next time.